I'm speaking with William Yap, former president of Lakeland's LGBTQ2S+ student support group. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. So I want to talk about the mental health toolkit that was created by Mount Royal University. Can you kind of explain what's involved in that?
So the toolkit in and of itself shows a lot of successes, all of the different initiatives that other schools have already done to help create a happy and healthy environment for students to be in, not just physically, but especially mentally. So the toolkit is a guide almost, and it's a nice way for other post-secondary institutions to look through and go, okay, well, we missed this step. Let's maybe do this. Let's add this. It's exactly a toolkit of other events or other policies that maybe you might have missed or maybe didn't really think about that can be added to your chest.
And what kind of initiatives has the support group done that were showcased to other schools?
One of actually quite a few of them were already covered in the media, which I'm really happy about, because we were able to talk about the prom that you never had, which was a second chance, not just for LGBTQ individuals to bring those who they really wanted to bring to prom, but it's also for those who may have not really enjoyed their prom in the first place, and so they wanted to just redo it. So we did that, which was really nice and inclusive, because not only did we have students within the school who showed up to it, but we even had community members as well to show support for the event. So we had that. We had our coming out nights, which was really popular because they were a chance for the audience to be put in the shoes of an LGBTQ individual, explaining all the events that led up to their coming out and the challenges they've faced ever since. We had about 60 people in the Lloydminster campus the first time we did it, and over 100 people in Vermilion campus when we did it the second time. It's and then just little pride events during the school years as well, as shown really a lot of support from the school and the surrounding community.
And why do you believe this initiative is important for the LGBTQ2S+ community, especially in post-secondaries?
This is very important. I always say this in all of our safe space trainings, when we try and drive the coming out stories home to all of the people that are in the training. We have students who already have to deal with finals, homework, exams. We have people who are traversing through a glimpse of a social life when you have time in post-secondary. They shouldn't have to deal with a crisis of coming out and possibly losing a few family members or even close friends alone. They should have a network or somewhere that they can go to when things get tough before hitting crisis mode.
And how exactly was the support group's reaction when finding out that your ideas could help students in other schools across the province?
Oh my goodness. Beyond honored, really, the first thing we thought of, because I mean, I guess that's true of any other club and or support group that starts in a post-secondary. We start with our mission as to how we can help our school, how we can serve our student body. We don't really think that what we're doing is going to affect, let's not even go that far. Let's say the U of A, that's just 2 hours away, right? This is something that we thought, okay, this is what works for us, and this is just what we're going to be working on. But to find out that now our events and our initiatives are going to be looked at and reviewed by every post-secondary institution in Canada is amazing.
And can you give a little history on how these initiatives started at Lakeland and how long the process was to put them in action?
Oh my goodness. I think the very first thing would just be when I first came back to Lakeland, and I didn't feel like there was enough representation or visibility, really, to be honest, for LGBTQ individuals. And so, me needing both an outlet for that and also just a little bit of attention, I figured the best way to get the visibility when there isn't one is to be the spectacle myself. That's when I first started showing up to school in drag or in like light makeup, or in really crazy outfits, because I thought to myself, if there is anyone else in campus that that does identify under this rainbow, and they're just too scared or not sure if there's anyone else like them, if I became the beacon myself, it would help to kind of bring them out and to kind of help them feel safe and comfortable. Um, that was really just the start of getting noticed, and having the campus be like, oh, so we actually do have uh, uh, people who need this on campus. How can we streamline this and have the message kind of brought forward? So that's when I worked directly with the students' commons, with the counselors, and planned our first Pride Week, which is when the first coming out stories happen, and a resounding success of a student barbecue, because students and free food, a student barbecue, and we had over 200 students show up to it. I think we ran out of food. I'm 100% sure we ran out of food.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, William. And I'm really happy to know that the initiatives that you guys have taken is helping other students and other schools across the province.
Thank you so much for having me.